Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai, plays host to this clash between England and Nepal. Second time in 2 days we've been in Mumbai. Two-time holders, England, captained by Harry Brook on the back of some excellent form, take on one of the sides on the up in world cricket. Nepal have played some brilliant cricket in the last few months. They have so many fans around the world. They have so many fans here in Mumbai. Harry Brook won the toss and said, we will have a bat. It is a used pitch and they want to make first use of that surface. It is a Group C clash. It is England against Nepal. And won the toss. Harry Brook said, we will have a bat. They announced
for Nepal.
Spin options. Andrew, what did you make? This nation would love to repeat. They are think that they will put on a show, hopefully, if you're a Nepal.
Excel. They do it all together. The challenge for Nepal over the course of the first innings. The reigning champions on home soil in real trouble. Colour, great passion, great excitement too to this third World Cup.
One thing England did show in Sri Lanka, and they came out on top. They got good spin options, and then Brook at 5. That might... Destructive players. Salt goes hard right from...
Yeah, it's not going to be spin to start with. Area they struggle, but generally they're spinning
in a deep square and deep mid-wicket.
His journey, spent a lot of time.
Finds mid-on, and there is a fumble to start with. Just cost him a single.
There is no doubt there's going to be nerves.
Against the West Indies by toe end of the bat. We saw a lot of catches in the ring yesterday. That escapes mid-off, and England and Buttler have their first boundary. Oh, to Jaffa. That is a beauty, and that's the length as well. Just
every ball an event in all T20. They're millions. You will not believe the passion for the extraordinary, the love for the game.
Up in the air, first ball, debut ball, will it be taken? You bet! What a start to his T20 international career.
Well, I'm not sure about the celebration, but the result is the start for one. England 5 for 1. Incredible story. Net bowling for the Lucknow Super Giants.
Gets through. Bethel, as most left-handers, are very strong on that offside. He has his first boundary.
Stands really tall.
Short again, and that will go all the way. He's picked up length beautifully. That deserved to be hit.
That is the miss, literally right on cue.
And again too short. That is 3 short balls. It's gone 4-6-4 of the bat of Bethel. That's the length, a better length. So boundaries at the end of the over, a wicket to start it, 19 for 1. Yeah, it's a moment he would have dreamt of forever, and he'll remember.
Push and jar for Nepal.
That was too short and belted away. Maybe a 6. The umpires are going to check that. Whether it landed on the cushion or just before, we'll have a look. A smart replay behind the scenes as
to go.
But he still finds the gap. Beautiful placement from Jos Buttler.
Impeccable placements. They're the highest quality. 5 in there, all in the circle.
Mid-off, over his head and comfortably flat. Another boundary for Buttler.
Ominous signs. First Bethel and now Buttler warming to their task. To hit me ball, they've had to turn to someone.
Last boundary from Buttler. Just the access is one of his great skills. That's an end to the over. 39 for 1 after 4.
Premier League in 2024.
Short, wide, and Josh Butler's not going to miss out on those.
Again, Nepal's plans just a touch questionable. Haven't seen Yadav bowl a huge amount at this phase. You can see him trying to run his fingers.
Now has he nicked it? He has. That is a good comeback from Nandan. A little bit more bounce, and Butler was just trying to run it off the face. He's nicked it and he's gone.
The Nepal filler. The danger man's gone for 26.
It was a good comeback from Nandan Yadav. The previous delivery was a bit of a cutter, actually. And the only way of keeping the run rate down in modern T20 cricket is wickets.
Nepal just might find a way into this game.
Too far, too long, too easy, too short. It's been his problem, Chairman, since he got that first wicket. Just a little short.
Yeah, Jacob Beckel pounces on it.
4. And that was more crisp. The earlier one was power. This was just crisp. That lovely left-hander's feel through the offside.
Yeah, classy player, this Jacob Beckel. It's oozing out of every delivery. Doesn't try.
It's coming on a lot better than it was yesterday. It was stopping on the surface between Gurkha regiments. Some of the best players come from... Oops! It was hit back very hard. It was the doubt. 13 of that over. How straight was that? The finger's gone up. Right, Banton. He's going to have a word with Bethel. It looked very, very straight. With a tall man, though, there was a bit of a strike. Out it is. And Banton's got to go for 2. It's the biggest change you've seen since that day in Barbados to the T20 game and the World Cup.
Has changed in those 15 years at ease. Back in 2010.
Oh, if he can glide a ball to the boundary, he doesn't need the power, does he? That's a beautifully played shot.
Yeah, certainly doesn't. Just ease from Harry Brook. Until slowly getting in with his...
The gap easily back for 2.
There's a little bit of moisture, and that will go for 4. Jacob Bethel into the 40s. He's been biding his time. Immense talent with Harry Brook. Heaved away leg side. Just. Boy, he would have been interested for a while, long on, but the placement just about good enough from Bethel. Oh, that's no doubt about that. That is 50 for Jacob Bethel, and that's the biggest of the day so far, second tier. Well, that's massive. Absolute situations they also enjoy, and he's in that. Not perfectly timed, but will find the boundary. Nicely placed from Harry Brook, who's just been away. This time he finds the middle of the bat. Now he's beginning to tick Harry Brook. 13 gone, 120 for 3. You've got to be clever with Harry Brook because they can't leave him.
Club for them as Brook goes down the ground and over the head of Karen KC. There's going to be real concerns right now. As you can hear. Now this could be a chance. It goes a mile into the air. Long on comes in and holds on. And the Penderson area is the wicket. Back up to you guys.
Yeah, what a moment. What a moment, because they desperately needed the breakthroughs for an end. 55 from 35. England 100.
For a number of reasons, that wicket came at a bad time. That is a bad bit of fielding in the deep, and it's something that we keep saying. Nepal pride themselves on their fielding. They're electric in the field in terms of across the ground. But at the timing of the dismissal and then the break for a drink, Harry Brook was just starting to go, wasn't he? Now he's almost got...
He's got a bat in the top 4, really. I think Butler and Brook are going to have to put...
I interviewed Harry Brook yesterday and asked him exactly about that. You're the most destructive batsman we've got. Get up the...
Spin working for them. Waddle getting through is over pretty quick. Just putting England...
Dragged on. He never really looked settled there, Sam Curran. And his 8th delivery, he's chopped it onto his stumps. Harry has his 2nd.
Yeah, brilliant piece of bowling. One to get Harry Brook off strike and bowl at the left-handed Sam.
Another one of the England. Singh Irie, impressive. Couple of wickets.
Brook.
Lil Ramashane down the pitch. It's gone a long way up. Long on, sets himself. Will it go over his head? It does.
Well, I think even Will Jacks for a moment was concerned. What's the 9 off?
Pitched up his hand, came off the bat. This will take some catching. 2 fielders, and it is taken. Good communication between the 2 of them. They were looking into the sun as well. So that is an excellent catch, and it's 50 and out for Harry Brook. Edged, and that'll go away to the boundary.
Yeah, off the toe of the bat, I think, from Will Jacks. Not a bad delivery from Nandan. It's a touch wide, but I think that's the line he's trying to bowl.
Scooped it. A low full toss used to be a difficult ball to hit. Nowadays they slap it into the stands.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant again from Will Jacks. You see Karen a gamble at this stage of the game. Nepal.
Swing and a miss. Can they get through for a single? Will he get the run out at the other end? He does. Sacrifice there, Archer, to get Jacks back on strike.
Yeah, they've done the right thing. Will Jacks well aware that he wants.
Goes full, he goes wide, and he has been smashed into the stands. A really good last over for Will Jacks and England. Not sure Nepal got that last over call right. England prefer pace on the ball. Wide delivery.
If anything at all, just as the game progressed, you got the feeling that the ball was coming on a little better. But it's not such a bad outing for England. They've been tested. They've had questions asked of them.
In to every delivery.
And I think that's what Nick Knight meant when he said he can hustle you sometimes. The 200 could be scored and indeed overcome.
Now, I'd be really interested to see what he learnt from that.
Or just over. And the first boundary comes up.
Advantage or disadvantage of pace, and we're seeing it there. If you're slight.
Oh, this time in front of square. This is exquisite timing from Kushal Bhurtel.
Well, use the pace again. Again, it is lovely batting, and it puts a pretty daring at the moment. The plan is to bowl the stumps. I just have to adjust that slightly for the last.
16 for no loss.
Ones.
Just drifting into the pads this time.
Yeah, again, Harsh, it's pace. Just using the pace on offer. It's good batting. It's excellent batting.
Continent, even if they possess the pace. Oh. Wow. Now the fielder. Fielder will watch it sail over. Kushal Bhurtel. He's gone to 24 of 11. We just said he likes to hit over mid-wicket against spin. That was against 140.
Composed, pretty thoughtful kind of guy. And
wide open spaces there. And that'll trickle away for 4-2. Are they enjoying it or what? Should be taken. Should be taken. There's the first wicket. And almost inevitably it had to be spin. It's Liam Dawson.
yeah, and Dawson is a great competitor. Loves this kind of. If Sheikh couldn't himself get going, so
Makes that one over to say, look, I know I've got pace.
gone. Straight back to Jacks. Stuck in the surface. And Bertel, who looks so at home against pace, with the tailors to dismissals, has given it away.
Some time for drinks.
Good with the ball. What can he do? Cut away. Signature stroke for the Pendrasing Irish. Races to the rope. He started brightly.
And he often starts with that ball out the front of the...
Not much turn there for Adil Rashid. There's been plenty for Lamachani. Rashid setting on 60 for 2.
Helped away. Back-to-back boundaries. Nice salvo. First from Powell, now from Irie. Even the English fans cheering Nepal right now.
Yeah, battle, drag down, grip.
Stunning. Superb batting of the highest quality. Switch it into position early. Hitting with the spin, picks the leg break, and gets good reward. Even better. Gonna get to the rope. Yes. 4 more. Rashid has been.
And now through the offside for 4, travels very quickly along this 1KD outfield. You want to spread the message, watch Irie, Dipender Singh Irie. And a throw of 54-85, 91 for 2. Latched onto that slow one very quickly. It was so slow that even if he hadn't latched onto it, he had the time. And now Baudel joins in the party.
Well, he's played a beauty here because he really had to wait.
For 17 now.
But he bowled.
Waddy, face on.
Towards 12. That's pulled away, smashed away 6. They're going after him again.
And that was a ball he pushed through a drop shoulder. It's a rare day when Adil Rashid is scratching his head thinking what next. And that might find the gap too. A boundary. Nepal are still alive in this game. 13 of that over. And there's a ball left. Rashid has now gone for 36. Nice. Goes the other way. Goes all the way. This is an exhibition from Nepal. 19 of the other Rashid over. 123 for 2. Now they need 62 of 6. Can they dream? Can they dream? Can they
Hendra Irie has now got 2,000.
Straight up. There should be a fielder underneath it. There's the wicket England wanted.
Well, he's the ultimate competitor, Sam Curran, and he won't have enjoyed what happened in his first over. England are celebrating quite strongly because they know the importance.
Big hit and taken. Excellent catch going forward. Now then, wickets beginning to fall. It is the skipper that's played so well. It's Phil Salt in the deep. And England just regained a little bit of control.
Yeah, camera heads prevailing at the moment.
Might run away. It's going to find the gap and will run away. Needed that desperately, Nepal.
First boundary in 15 deliveries. Back up and dancing. Pace off.
That'll help too for Nepal. They're not out of this quite yet.
Correction to go straight from Sam Curran. Previously slow and wide. This fired in and leg stump, length ball. See years in international. Interesting numbers for one of England's.
Gone up. Has it got the distance? Just, yes it has. Heartbreak for England, but Nepal still very much in the contest.
Excellent shot. Really is. You can see what Joe Archer is trying to.
Pace and edged and gone. Good catch. Archer with the comeback. And they do lose another, but they're still in the contest.
Yep, heartbreak.
Gone up a long way. And gone a long way. What a shot! Arguably the best shot of the game so far.
Well, brings up to 150 for Nepal. They are not out of this contest.
The pressure. Oh, it's gone a long way. Would you believe 6 followed by 6? Andrew Leonard, calm down.
Extraordinary game on at the Wankhede. Lokesh Bam, big call from Stuart Law.
Extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. Things going the way of Nepal.
Yep, boundary off the first ball of the second last over. More pressure and momentum.
Goal! What a delivery! What a delivery under pressure from Luke Wood. Not been a straightforward over for him, but he finishes it well. 10 required from 6. Final over.
Yeah, brilliant. Gulshan goes for 1 Nepal.
Senior players, but it is down to him, and it is down to England. Breathe again. They were tested, immense pressure. Great credit to Nepal, who will look back at this as a missed opportunity, but they shouldn't really. They have been absolutely terrific, as has Sam Curran under pressure. England all smiles, but they've been tested.